The origins of the El Dorado legend. The legend of El Dorado originated in the 16th century during the Spanish conquest of the Americas. It is believed to have been inspired by stories told by indigenous tribes about a wealthy ruler, often referred to as the Golden Man, who would cover himself in gold dust and dive into a lake as part of a religious ritual. This figure was later associated with the mythical city of gold, Spanish conquistadors and the search for gold. In their quest for wealth, Spanish explorers and conquistadors like Francisco Pizarro and Gonzalo Pizarro heard of the fabled land rich with gold and treasures. They became obsessed with finding El Dorado, which they believed was a city filled with vast amounts of gold. This led to several expeditions into the heart of South America. The role of Lake Guatavita in the legend. Lake Guatavita, located in present-day Colombia, played a significant role in the El Dorado myth. The indigenous Muisca people practiced a ritual where their chief, the Zipa, would cover himself in gold dust and make offerings to the gods by throwing gold objects into the lake. When Spanish explorers discovered this lake, they believed it was the location of the legendary city of El Dorado, sparking a series of treasure hunts. The transformation of El Dorado into a city. Over time, the story of El Dorado transformed from a tale of a golden man to a grand city made entirely of gold. The city was said to be located somewhere in the interior of South America, and rumors spread that it was hidden deep in the jungles, awaiting discovery. The idea of a golden city fueled countless expeditions in the 16th and 17th centuries. Failed expeditions and the search for El Dorado. Several explorers embarked on dangerous and ill-fated journeys in search of El Dorado, often facing hostile terrain, diseases, and indigenous resistance. Famous expeditions, such as those led by Sir Walter Raleigh and Sebastián de Belalcázar, resulted in failure, with no evidence of a golden city ever found. Despite these setbacks, the myth of El Dorado persisted. The decline of the El Dorado legend. By the 18th century, the search for El Dorado gradually faded as explorers came to terms with the reality that the city of gold did not exist. However, the legend continued to capture the imagination of future generations, becoming a symbol of the human desire for wealth and discovery. The myth also blended with other tales of lost treasures and cities hidden in the jungle. The symbolism of El Dorado. El Dorado became more than just a physical place. It symbolized the dream of unimaginable riches and the folly of chasing unattainable goals. It reflects humanity's obsession with wealth and the extremes people will go to in its pursuit. The myth also serves as a reminder of the destructive impact of colonial exploration on indigenous cultures. Cultural impact and influence on literature. The legend of El Dorado has had a lasting influence on literature, art, and popular culture. It has been depicted in novels, films, and songs, often symbolizing the pursuit of impossible dreams. Writers like Edgar Allan Poe and William Golding have drawn on the story of El Dorado to explore themes of greed, illusion, and human folly. Modern interpretations of El Dorado. Today, the myth of El Dorado endures in popular culture, but its meaning has evolved. It is no longer just about a literal city of gold but represents the idea of an elusive ideal or a never-ending pursuit. The legend continues to inspire adventure stories and is sometimes used as a metaphor for unattainable success or fulfillment. The search continues. Modern treasure hunts. Although the original searches for El Dorado have long ceased, modern-day treasure hunters still explore remote areas of South America in hopes of uncovering ancient artifacts and hidden treasures. Some believe that remnants of the Muisca's gold offerings may still lie in places like Lake Guatavita, keeping the spirit of the legend alive in contemporary adventures.